Nightmare Real, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So I was on boxingscene.com and I seen an article, man, that first let me just say this. I show Joseph Parker a lot of love on my channel. Well, I show all heavyweights love on my channel. But I saw something that Kevin Barry said, and I'll leave the article in the description box. You can click it, read it, and come to your own surmise about the situation. But just the title, just reading the title, I was just like, come on, man. Now the title says Joseph Parker to have two more fights before the Joshua fight. Okay, I'm just really confused, man. Now let's just before I get into that, let's just rewind some months ago before Joshua beat Charles Martin. Parker came out and said that he wanted to fight Joshua. This was before he was rated #1 by the WBO and the IBF, but he came out and said that he wanted to fight Anthony Joshua. He actually came on video and said it, that he wants to fight Anthony Joshua. The winner can be the WBO mandatory. I believe it was the WBO. It was one of the sanctioned bodies, okay? So it was like he wanted to fight him then and there, or, that's what it seemed like on film. And then now we fast forward, he beat Takam to, for the rights to fight for the IBF. Okay, cool. They fought Haomanu, stayed busy, against a known guy with some knockout power. Okay, cool. Then they're going to take this fight with Dimitrenko. Okay, cool. Now they're already talking about, after that fight, fighting another fight before Joshua. I mean, now I understand that the mandatory date is, I forget what day in January, but it's like the middle of January or something. Somebody put in the comments section, man. But I mean, how many warm up? I mean, I don't want to call them warm up, but how many in between before you fight Joshua fights does this guy need? Strong, he's fast, he's powerful, he's in his he looks pretty damn sharp, man. It almost makes me think like they're gonna just run this guy into the ground before the fight, man, because they keep saying that they're going to, every fight is to prepare them for Joshua, but it's like, that's where I'm confused, because it was like, well, shit, 4 or 5 months ago, you said you wanted to fight him to become the #1 contender spot. You know that you were willing to fight him for that. So now that he has the title, now you need, 3, 4, 5, 6 fucking in between fights. After this Dimitrenko fight, give him a little rest, and then let's get that fight against Joshua or whoever has the IBF strap. I don't like just, saying that the guy's going to have the title, because Joshua could lose. I know some of you hardcore Joshua fans don't like hearing that. You guys think he could beat everybody and anybody, and that's cool. But just in case if he does lose the title, whoever has the IBF strap, man. Now I understand getting these type of fights to prepare you for someone, but it's almost seemed like Joshua really doesn't give a damn. It's not like, I never hear him say, well, let me fight this guy so I can prepare myself for Parker. You know what I mean? It's like, but with Parker and his team, it's like, well, we need to fight this guy to prepare us for Joshua, and then fight another guy to prepare us for Joshua. And it's like, dude, I mean, it's just confusing me, man. It really is. It's just confusing me. It's like, how many damn fights do we need? And to me, like I told you guys, I think Dimitrenko is a solid fighter. Size, experience, has a good jab. He's been in there with some high level opposition. Well, he hasn't been in there with high level opposition the last 4 years, but 4 years ago he was in there with some high level guys, Pulev and fighters like that. But I really don't see how fighting Dimitrenko is going to prepare you, unless you're just looking at size and a jab. But I don't think his right hand is nowhere. I don't think his power, not just his right hand, but his power is nowhere near Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? So some of you may argue, well, who could he prepare against? I mean, there's some guys out there that hit, at least from the eye test, at least, that hit harder than Dimitrenko. I think Eric Molina has more power in his punches than Dimitrenko. I think Berman Stavern has more power in his punches than Dimitrenko. Now that's all, the eye test, and I could be wrong, but the Dimitrenko fight isn't a bad fight. I just don't understand, like, how do you know even after this fight you need another fight to prepare for Joshua? It just doesn't. I think this kid's ready, man. I don't really. I mean, it just makes me think, like, dude, when is this fight going to happen? I understand. Let's build the fight, make it bigger, so on and so forth. Even David Haye is a good candidate. Um, I'm not sure Parker, that you can just favor him over David Haye. I think that's a very intriguing fight. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, man. I just want to converse with some other fans about the way, how do you guys see this? Am I tripping, or is this, there's nothing wrong with it? But it just makes me think that, okay, this type of shit that makes you think that they're going to end up pushing this mandatory date back and just keep taking, fights to prepare. It's like they're like, we need to prepare. It's like, dude, how many fucking prepare fights? So you guys act like you're going to a fight with Megatron or some shit, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, So Dimitrenko, they're gonna, he wins that fight. They're already talking about taking another fight by before the end of the year. But hey, man, his handlers know what they're doing. I'm just a fan on YouTube, so what do I really know, right? But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, man. I'm out.